Okay, thank you so much for being here today. Today we're going to use a block and a strap. Um, if you don't have these, that's okay. You can use a pillow or a rolled up blanket. Um, for the strap, you can use a belt, a dog leash, um, a towel would be fine too. So take a moment, grab those, but from here on out, they will be referred to as block and strap, just for time. And we're going to actually start seated on our block today. So you'll place the block, and so I'm going to put it right over my blanket here, just for cushion for my knees. You're going to place the block down. You're going to come kind of into a neutral tabletop. Bring your knees together, let your ankles come open, and then sit your bum or pelvis down on, on the block. And so what this does is it allows us to fold at the knees, allows us to sit up nice and tall, to find length in our spine. And when we find this position of comfort, we'll let our eyes close. This position is called Virasana or hero's pose. And when I think of a hero, I think of someone really proud, confident. And so when I come into this posture, I also embody that feeling of confidence. This nice tall spine, proud chest, shoulders drawing back. And so we want to sit up nice and tall, and then we want to find an element of just a little bit of relaxation. So just the tiniest bit, so that we invoke a feeling of comfort within the body. And for a few moments, we just want to tune in to how you're feeling today, how you're feeling this morning as you wake up, or this afternoon, whenever you may be taking this class. Let the muscles around the jaw soften, the muscles between the eyebrows soften. Notice if you're clenching the jaw, and just let these subtle energies start to ease. So as we invoke these feelings of relaxation or ease, we begin to open up the pathways inside the body. Beginning to elongate your inhalations and your exhalations, maybe to a count of 4. And as you inhale, you want your belly to get big, like a balloon, filling up like a balloon. So inhaling, the belly rises, and exhale, the belly falls. Many days unconsciously, we walk around breathing backwards, where we inhale and the belly comes in, and exhale and the belly falls. And so we want to, for lack of a better term, correct that by inhaling, allowing the chest, the rib cage, and the belly to rise, to get big. And then as we exhale, the opposite action, the belly gets small, the rib cage contracts, the shoulders relax. So inhaling for a count of 1, 2, 3, 4, and exhaling for 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, belly rise, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, belly falls. 4, 3, 2, 1. Last time, inhale and exhale. Continue on at your own pace, matching the inhalations to the exhalations. When you're ready, inviting the hands to heart center, taking a moment to set your intention for class today. So what would you like to open your mind and body to? What would you like to open your energy to? And so this is a little bit different than a goal. An intention helps to match your energy with your flow of life. So what's something that you want to invite in? Could be a little bit more confidence, a little bit more love, more motivation inside the minds, more energy, more community. Ask yourself, what do you need from the universe? What do you need from yourself? What do you want to invite into the life? And together with that in our mind, we'll find an inhale breath through our nose and an exhale through the mouth like you're fogging a window. Release your hands back down to the lap. Readjust the spine, sit up nice and tall. Return to your deep belly breathing. And when you're ready, we'll blink open the eyes. Thank you again for being here today. Let's start off with our strap and our block. So we'll come into our cow face posture. And I'm actually going to flip around so that you can see the back side of my body as I do this position. So we want to keep the block right where it is. But we are going to take our right leg and bring it in front of our left. We'll fan out the feet. So right leg's in front of left. Fan out the feet and then place your block on the ground and we'll sit our bum down on the block. And so it might take a moment to get adjusted here to where you feel even, where we're not shifting too much weight to the right or to the left. Maybe you have to turn your block so that you get a little bit more spaciousness, which I'm actually going to do. And so then as we arrive here, you want to push your pinky toes down into the mat. Grab your strap, place it in the left hand, lift the left arm up, bring it over and behind the head, elbow bends. Right arm's going to come from underneath and reach for the strap. We're going to walk our hands in towards each other and then pause when the body says 2, when it says enough. From here, tuck your lowest rib cage down and in. Keep the elbow drawing back. Close your eyes once again. Push into the tops of the feet. Squeeze the inner thighs towards each other. Activating the entire lower part of the body. And breathing in a count of 4 and breathing out for a count of 4. And we'll stay for one more round of breath here. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release the right hand and then the left hand. Come onto your hands and knees. Uncross. Bring your right leg behind left knee. So same thing. Nuzzle the knees in towards each other, fan out your feet, and then sit bum down onto your block. And so once again, we want to make sure that our weight is even here so that we're not leaning to one side, most likely the left, but we find a nice balance of pelvis down onto our block or to our blanket. You're going to push your pinky toes down into the mat, and that's going to help to squeeze your knees towards each other. We'll take the strap into our right hand, bring the hand behind the head, bend the elbow, bring your left arm up, find your strap, and then walk your hands towards each other as much as feels good. Tuck your lowest rib cage down and in. Take a few breaths, letting the eyes close. Keep pushing the tops of the pinkies into the mat, squeezing the knees towards each other. Inhaling for 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, belly falls. 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. 2 more rounds. Inhale. Exhale. Last round. Inhale. And exhale. And release your left hand. Release your right hand. Plant your hands in front. Roll onto the knees. Uncross your knees. Move the block out of the way and come into a neutral tabletop. Good. Stacking. Shoulders over the wrists, hips above the knees. And we'll start to move our hips from side to side just to wiggle out that energy. That's a big heart and hip opener. So if you're feeling some sensation in your hips, that is great. Good. Let's go ahead, pause here. Open the knees wide, bring the big toes together to kiss, sink the hips back on the heels for a quick child's pose. Extend the arms forward, bring the forehead down to the mat, and really reach your arms forward here as you ground your tailbone back. So there's an energetic extension happening in the spine as we do this. So we're moving in opposite directions, right? Fingertips are reaching forward, hips are grounding back. We're finding as much length in our spine as possible, and we're taking a few deep breaths. Spread your fingers wide, push firmly into the hands. Inhale, ripple forward, neutral tabletop. And as we exhale, we'll curl our toes under, lift the hips up and back, first downward facing dog. And let's bring our feet a little bit wider than hip width distance apart. And really slowly bend your left knee as you push your right heel down into the mat. Spread your fingers super wide here. Feel the stretch of that right calf muscle. And then switch, push your left heel down, bend your right knee. And just finding a little bit of stretch in the back of that left leg. Good, and then find fluidity in this moment. So when right heel pushes, left heel lifts, like you're pedaling a bicycle, but inside the water. So we want to find a little bit of fluid. And then we're going to pause here. Spread your fingers as wide as you can, rooting firmly into the fingertips and into the palms. The shoulders are, you can do a couple of things here. You can push your shoulders up by your ears and then rotate them down the spine. Or you can just let your head drop slightly as you push into your hands and just see what feels best inside the body. Tailbone is slightly lifting up towards the ceiling, navel in and up. A small bend in the knees, pushing the heels down, breath in through the nose and out through the nose. Let's take our gaze forward and carefully walk the feet forward, nice and slow, maybe on the tiptoes, coming to a ragdoll upon arrival. So legs hip width distance apart, bend the knees, grab opposite elbows, and really let the head surrender here. Let the spine be long. So even if we look up 1 inch, that's 1 inch of contracting our neck. And we want to do the exact opposite of that. We want it to be really, really heavy here. So see if you can shake your head yes and no. Release your arms down to the earth. Nice and slow, we'll round our spine up to standing, stacking head over shoulders last. Okay. And then find your strap once again. I'll face you for this. So first we want to stand at attention. So spread the toes nice and wide, lift the inner arches of the feet, lift the kneecaps up as you lengthen the tailbone down. Bring your arms wider than shoulder width distance apart. So the further your hands are from each other, the more accessible this posture will be. The closer the hands are, the harder it becomes, okay? So as we inhale, we're gonna relax the shoulders, we're gonna lift the arms up and above the head. And as we exhale, arms are gonna come behind the back, keeping the band tight. And inhale, bring the arms up and over. Keep the band nice and tight, shoulders drawing away from ears, tailbone lengthening down. Exhale, arms come forward. And we'll do that a few more times. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. And I get a lot of pops as I do this. So as long as there's no pain, the pops are probably fine. Inhale and exhale. And moving to your breath and your movements. We'll go one more up and back. And then one more up and forward. Good. And maybe roll that out. Awesome. So I don't think I told you, we're going to be doing heart openers today. So we just want to make sure our shoulders are nice and open, chest is nice and open, so that we can really find expansion inside the heart space. So readjust your stance, lift the inner arches of the feet, kneecaps lift, tailbone tucks. Bring your hands about shoulder width distance apart. So that's like if you extend your arms forward, the wrists will be in line with the shoulders here. And so again, the band is nice and tight, our towel is nice and tight, and we're going to inhale, bring our arms up and above the head. Right, so as we do this, our lowest rib cage is going to want to poke out. You're going to draw the lowest rib cage down and in. That's going to keep our container of energy nice and tight. Lengthen the hands up towards the ceiling. Take an inhale. And then as you exhale, let your right arm pull the left arm over. Keep both arms straight and strong. Right arm's going to want to get lazy here. So let it pull over. And then as you do this, draw your left shoulder back. Maybe even spin the gaze to the left, gently pushing the left hip out. One more breath in and out. Inhale, take it back up to center. And exhale, same other side. Let your left arm pull the right arm over. And again, left arm's going to want to get lazy here. Draw your right shoulder back. Push your right hip out. Leg straight and strong, tailbone lengthening down. So opening through our side body. Let's inhale, bring our arms back through center. And then as we exhale, we're going to look up and lean back. See if you can tuck your tailbone under as you do this. So keep squeezing the glutes. Arms are going to come behind the head. Big inhale. And then as you exhale, forward fold, hinge at your hips. Keep the arms straight and strong, straight and strong, straight and strong. And then lower the hands down to the mat, releasing your strap. As you inhale, we'll take a halfway lift. Bring your hands to your shins, flat back, shoulders draw back. And as we exhale, we're going to step back to our high plank pose. So spreading the fingers wide, step the feet back, push firmly into the hands, spin the inner elbows forward, push your heels back as you tuck your tailbone down and under. Stay for a few rounds of breath in and out. Good. Let's inhale, shift our weight forward, and exhale, bend your elbows, let them graze your rib cage as you lower your body down to the mat. 3 rounds, rolling cobra, uncurl your toes. Inhale, lift the chest, rotate the shoulders back, elbows squeeze in. Exhale, forehead comes down. 2 more rounds. Inhale, Bhujangasana, push the tops of the feet into the mat, lift the heart up, activate the shoulders. Exhale, release down. Last time here, inhale, lift up, shoulders draw back, heart is opening, holding for 3, 2, and 1. Exhale, release. Good. Inhale, take it to a neutral tabletop. Really quick. Exhale here. Good. Maybe walk your feet in, or I'm sorry, your knees in so they come below your hips. Let's do a quick wrist stretch. So flipping your fingertips back, thumbs point outward, and you can do this one hand or both hands at the same time. So I will cue you when to switch hands. Palms are facing down, wrists are forward, thumbs are outward. We're going to inhale and exhale, push your hips back. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, push your hips back. Be really gentle in this movement. Inhale forward, exhale back. And last time. Good. Inhale, come forward, shoulders come over wrist. As we exhale, tuck and round your spine, cat pose. Tuck your chin and round your spine, excuse me. Good. Let's inhale back to neutral. If you have both hands flipped, keep them there. If you had one hand, do the opposite arm. And then we're going to take an inhale. Exhale, push your hips back. Inhale forward. Exhale back. 2 more times. Last time, inhale and exhale. Inhale, come forward. Exhale, tuck the chin, round the spine, cat, working the fascial lines of the wrist here. This may feel intense. Inhale, come back to neutral. Curl your toes under, sit back on the heels, release the hands, interlock the fingers, and roll out the wrist. Good. Be really gentle here, especially if you've been having wrist stuff like me. Just be really gentle, pumping the blood flow back into the wrist, yeah? And then let's get moving. Plant your hands on the earth, spread the fingers wide, shift your weight forward, shoulders over wrists, step your feet back, high plank pose. Spin the inner elbows forward, push into the hands, take an inhale, and downward facing dog, exhale. And if you still need some movement, some organic movements in the down dog, feel free to take those. Otherwise, we create stillness, spread the fingers, spread the toes, push into the hands, push into the heels. Feel the hips lift up to the ceiling, slight tilt of your tailbone up to the ceiling, and a small bend in the knees to really light up the back of the legs. Let's inhale, reach the right leg up towards the sky. All 5 toes touch face down towards the earth. And as you exhale, you'll draw your knee to your nose, shift your shoulders over your wrists. Take your gaze to the front of the mat. Quietly step the right foot forward. Release the left knee to the earth. Inhale, sweep the arms to the sky. Anjaneyasana, low lunge. As you exhale, cactusing your arms, lift the sternum up towards the ceiling. Inhale, reach the arms back above the head. Exhale, vertical twist to the right side. Bring your arms wide. Inhale for an exalted warrior. Left arm's going to reach up towards the ceiling. Right hand reaches for left leg. Try to stay bent in that front knee. Knee is stacking over ankle. Stay for an inhale. And as you exhale, cartwheel both hands down to the earth, frame your right foot. Inhale, step your right foot back about an inch or so. And then bring your hands to your hips. So right knee is going to stack over the ankle, left hip is stacked over the knee. Think about like an athletic lunge here. All right, so you're going to lengthen your tailbone downward towards that back heel, and you may need to physically move your pelvis as you do this. That's why our hands start on our hips. Squeeze your right heel, so the front right foot, to the left knee. Create an activation in the bottom of right leg, top of left leg, and then bring both arms up and overhead. Your lowest rib cage is going to want to puff out here. Tuck that down and under. Reach the fingertips to the sky. Grab your left wrist with the right hand, lengthen the arm, and side bend to the right side. There is a method to my madness, so stick with me through these little slower postures this morning, and then we will fire it up today. Although I'm already feeling pretty fiery on the inside. Stay for another inhale here, yogis. And exhale. Inhale, bring the arms back up to the sky. Exhale, bring the hands down to the earth in front of the right foot. Inhale, step your right knee back to meet left. And then inhale, shift your weight forward. Shoulders over wrists, spin the inner elbows forward. Inhale here. As you exhale, lower down halfway, modified chaturanga. Inhale, push back up. Exhale, lower the body all the way to the mat. Inhale, 2 rounds cobra, lift the chest, shoulders drawing back. Exhale, forehead to the mat. Second last round. Inhale, Bhujangasana, lift your chest, shoulders rotating back, little to no weight in the hands, push into the tops of the feet. And exhale, forehead down. Curl the toes under, inhale, rise up, high plank pose. And exhale, push your hips up and back. Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg lifts. All 5 toes spun down towards the yoga mat. Right knee can always be bent for this. As you exhale, you're going to draw your left knee to nose, shift your weight forward so shoulders come over to wrists. Take your gaze forward, quietly step left foot forward. Release right knee to the ground. Inhale, Anjaneyasana, low lunge, arm sweep to the sky. As you exhale, cactus your arms, lift the sternum up. Don't push the belly out, lift the sternum up instead. Inhale, arms reach to the sky. Exhale, vertical twist to the left side, arms come wide, squeeze the inner thighs together. Inhale, exalted warrior, reach the right arm to the sky. Left hand finds right leg behind us. And then as we exhale, we cartwheel both hands down to the earth. And inhale, push the left foot back. Hands come to the hips. Good. So left knee stacked over ankle, right hip stacked over left knee. Take your hands, tuck the tailbone down and under. Squeeze your left heel towards your right knee. So there is like an actual whoosh towards center. Yeah? That should light up the back of the leg. Bring the arms up overhead. If the arms come up overhead and the belly pokes out, tuck the lowest rib cage in. That'll keep the core engaged. And that's all about protecting your back, yeah? Grab your right wrist with your left hand, lengthen the arm to the sky, and pull it over to the left side, side bend. Remember, both arms stay straight and strong here. Keep squeezing your heel towards your knee. That's the key here. Tailbone's tucking. Breathe. Inhale. Exhale. One more round of breath. Arms sweep back up to center. Exhale, hands touch down to the earth in front of left foot. Inhale, left knee steps back to meet right. Exhale, shift your weight forward, shoulders over wrists. So we're in a modified plank. Spin the inner elbows forward, push into the hands. Inhale. Lower down halfway, modified chaturanga. Exhale. Inhale, push back up, modified plank. Exhale, belly to mat. Good. Uncurl the toes, lift the chest, cobra. Forehead to the mat. High plank pose. Inhale, rise up. Downward facing dog. Exhale. Good. So we'll be doing some vinyasas from here on out, but you're welcome to take that modified version with knees down on the earth, which I love to do Get a little extra push-up in and some back activation, right? We honor our own timing as we do that. Let's go ahead and inhale, sweep the right leg to the sky, bend the knee, open your hip. Knee stacks over your hip, peeling open here. Left knee can always be bent, right shoulder's drawing down. And keep the hip open, but straighten your right leg, and then point your toes to the left corner of your yoga mat. As you exhale, you bring right knee to right elbow, shifting your weight forward. Stay forward, bring your knee to your nose, and then right knee to left elbow. Take it back to center, quietly step the right foot forward. Inhale, take it to a high crescent lunge, arms to the sky. Right knee is stacked over the ankle, tailbone's tucking under, arms reaching to the sky. So nice and stable here. We want to make sure that outer hip is working by stacking the knee and tracking it outward towards our pinky toe. Good. As you inhale, draw your left knee in and up towards your chest. Ekapada Tadasana, staff pose. Knee stacked over ankle and it's in line with the hip. Tailbone lengthening down, thumbs coming to the back of the mat. Bring your hands down to the hips for just a moment. Bend your right knee, cross your left knee over right for eagle legs. And you have a couple options here. You can kickstand your left toes on the mat, or you can wrap left ankle behind right, or find some place in between those where the ankle is moving towards behind the other one. Draw your knees towards center. They're going to want to go to the right, and then sink down nice and low in the hips. Extend the arms forward, bend at the elbows. Left arm is going to come underneath right. And you can give yourself a little bear hug here or wrap around the wrists, bringing the palms together. Garudasana, eagle pose. Find a little tuck of the tailbone down and under. Lift the elbows up in line with the shoulders. Breathe deep. Keep the arms as they are. Unravel the legs. Staff in the legs, eagle in the arms. Inhale. Kick your left leg behind you. Exhale. Warrior 3 with eagle arms. Try to extend your elbows forward as much as